All right, well, it's nice to see everyone. And I like to start with a centering meditation laying down in the back when you're ready. So go ahead and lay down so you can relax, let your joints soften. And let your back body rest down into the floor. We're here today to practice gentle flow. And we can be gentle in our effort and gentle in your attitude toward yourself today. As you let the face dissolve, the jaw, throat, eyes. Feel the support of the floor holding you up as you release into the ground. You can let your head fall to one side and the other, very slowly turning your cheek over to one side, and then bringing the nose back over the belly button, and then letting the face fall to the other side, just a few times back and forth in that way, letting the sides of the neck release. And eventually allowing the chin to come back to center over the sternum. Start to rotate your lower jaw a few times. So you make a few circular rotations with the lower jaw in one direction a few times, and then pausing and circulating in the other direction. Any tension or clenching in the jaw begins to dissolve down into the body in this quality of softness that moves down to the belly and the hips. We're going to rest the hands on the torso, anywhere on the torso, resting the hands on the torso and starting to connect to and tune into your breath today. Noticing the flow of your breath moving in and out of your nose. And stay with that focus, gently guiding the focus back to your breath. Anytime the mind wants to wander off or get distracted, guide the focus back to your breath, to the present moment. Notice the quality, the sensation of the breath and the edges of the nose and then the upper lip. And we're going to begin to deepen the breath. And as you do that, as you welcome a more full inhale, reach the arms overhead, up alongside the ears, finding that full inhale. And then begin your exhale and start to let the arms start to float down very slowly at the same pace, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders. I'm just going to work with that a few times, beginning to inhale and allowing the inhale to drift the arms up and overhead. And then letting the arms start to come down slowly but surely alongside the body. Move in your own breath pace for a couple more rounds as we start to wake up in the upper chest, shoulder joints. And the exhale gradually lets the arms come down. And you can notice the reaction of the lumbar spine as you move through one more. Inhale, as the arms reach overhead, you'll notice a little more curve in the lower back. And as you exhale, noticing that little bit more softness and settling of the lower back, the sacrum. Good, and then as your arms come down, we're gonna go ahead and step one foot at a time onto the floor. So the feet are on the floor about hip width distance apart. And then you can glide your arms open to a T, palms facing up. And as you feel the feet connecting on the ground, take a couple of times to flip the palms to face the floor and press the palms into the floor, and then turn the palms up and then flip them down. A couple times we'll start to rotate those arm bones and the shoulder sockets. Palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. And the next time the palms come up, again, swoop the arms overhead, reach the arms right up alongside the ears. And then exhale, bring the hands right down through heart center. Good. And we're going to point the fingertips toward the space between your inner thighs. So you're pointing toward the front of your mat. And you're going to push through the feet and lift your shoulders. Draw the belly toward the spine. Just take a little bit of a sit up, reaching the fingertips toward the front of your mat. That's an exhale. And then on the inhale, you're going to let the head fall back, reach the arms up, right up alongside the ears. And then as you exhale, go ahead with arms straight and drift the fingers forward again. Lift the head, belly to spine, exhaling out. And one more time on the inhale, you're going to float the arms up in that prayer. And then exhale, pushing through the feet, lift the shoulders, rooting through the feet. And then rest back, let the arms lay alongside the body. Flip your palms down to face the earth. And you're going to step your heels a little bit closer toward the sitting bones. And you're going to push through the palms all the way through the upper arms and the shoulders and lift up the hips and pelvis just a little bit on the inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to lower down. And we'll do that 2 more times, rooting through the feet. Inhale, lift up, lengthen the tail forward, and then exhale, lower down. One more time, pushing through the palms, lift the hips, the pelvis, and then gently lower down, let the lower back rest. And pushing through that left foot, hug your right knee in toward your body. Give yourself a little bit of a traction of the right thigh hugging toward the side rib. And really subtle, we're going to inhale to squeeze that leg a little closer. And when you exhale, you're going to resist that right shin into the hands. Let the arms straighten. And we're going to do that a couple times. Inhale, you hug the leg closer. Exhale, let it fall away. One more time, inhale, hugging it in. And exhale, as it falls away, cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. And just rest your hands on your thighs, right hand on the right inner thigh, left hand on top of the left thigh. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You're going to flex your right foot and point a couple times. Flex and point through that right foot. Good. And then keeping the foot flexed, take your arms into a cactus shape. And you're going to let the knees go over to the right a few degrees. And then back to center and let them fall over to the left a few degrees. Keep moving that right inner knee away from your face. And we're just going to do this a couple times, letting the knees go to the right, letting the knees go to the left, and to the right, and to the left. Good. And to the right, and to the left. Let the legs go all the way over toward a twist. Your right foot could come on the ground. If it gets too intense in that twist, you could always just stack the knees instead. We're going to turn the face to look toward your right knee. Keep the right shoulder softening into the body. Just breathing there for a couple moments in that twist. Soft right shoulder and neck. The exhale, softening the belly toward the spine. And then slowly we're going to come back to center. And then just let them go over to the right. And so you can use that outer right ankle to traction the outer left leg toward the ground. And you can gaze toward the knees again. Keep the left shoulder softening into the body. And then gently coming back to center, you're going to extend the right sole of the foot toward the ceiling. Point and flex through your right foot, and your hands can come behind the right thigh bone or the calf. And just point and flex a few times. You can rotate the right foot around. So you can feel that channel opening from the right heel down to the sitting bone. Good. And then we're going to release the right sole of the foot to the floor. Let your right knee open to the right into a half bound angle. Rest your hands on your belly and then start to slide your right leg out straight and long on the floor, flexing your right foot. Reach both arms up overhead. Inhale, and then exhale, hug your left knee in toward your body. Hands are in the knee crease or the front of the shin. Good. And holding there. And then you're going to step your right foot onto the ground. And you're going to hug on the inhale, squeeze that left leg a little closer toward you. And then as you exhale, resist the shins into the hand and feel the arms straighten. We do that a couple times. You're going to inhale, squeeze in. And exhale, let the leg fall away. Inhale, squeezing in. Exhale, the leg falls away. And one more time, inhale, squeezing in. And when you exhale, cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. And you're gonna let one hand rest on each thigh. So left hand on left thigh, right hand on right thigh. And then the knees are gonna go over to the right a few degrees and then back to center. Spill the hips to the left and the knees to the left a little and back to center. And we'll do that a couple times. Staying connected to your breath. And the next time your knees go to the right, let them continue to go all the way over to the right. And that inner arch of the left foot comes to the ground. Your arms can come out to a cactus. And you can keep your gaze just kind of neutral, or you can look at the knees and focus on softening the sides of the neck all the way down to the tail. Good. Tuning into the spacious quality of the breath and the softness in the jaw. And then slowly bring the knees back to center, and you're gonna let the knees go over to the left, whatever amount's available. You can use the weight of the left ankle or calf to traction that right inner thigh down. Or if that feels too much, you can just uncross and stack your knees instead. Shoulder blades melt down toward the heart. And again, tuning into that fullness of the breath and the space of the inhale along the ribs and into the belly. And the exhale, emptying out a little more through the nose, strengthen the diaphragm and the lungs. Good. And then very gently bring the knees back to center. We're gonna uncross and gather both legs towards you. Give a squeeze, give a little rock, give yourself a hug, uncross, yep, hug the knees in, roll side to side. And we'll find ourselves in a full happy baby pose, elbows on insides of knees, hands are reaching toward the ankles or the feet. The soles of the feet face the sky. And the shoulders drop. And you can rock a little bit, kind of playfully, side to side, massaging the muscles along the spine. Just spending this time to warm up in the spine and the hips. It's nice to visualize a channel of light from crown to tail. Good. And then go ahead and release the feet and roll over onto your right-hand side. Roll over onto your right-hand side for a moment, resting on the side body. And with your eyes closed, you can take a moment to set your intention for this practice today. What do you want to cultivate here in this effort and this time that you spend present in this practice? And you can stay with the intention as you come back to the breath throughout our time together today. When you feel ready, using your hands, very gradually, you're going to press your way on up, and we're going to find our way in a comfortable cross-legged Sukhasana. You can sit on the ground, you can sit on a blanket if needed. It's finding this tall seat, and we're going to bring the hands to heart center, feeling the connection of the palms, the elbows dropping toward the earth. The thumbs lift the sternum up, and we're going to honor each other in this practice and all of our intentions, and connect through the chant of 1 Om on the exhale. Oh. Dropping down through the tail on the inhale, start to extend the arms up, and you can look up at the thumbs, and then draw the belly in and fold forward, tented fingers or palms to the earth. Slide your hands forward for this Sukhasana forward fold. Tune into that spacious breath that fills into the back rib. And we're gonna rock the ribs over to the right and walk the hands over to the right as much as you feel you can. Walking the hands over to the right, you can look underneath that right underarm. The outer left knee continues to move toward the floor as you breathe along the left side. And then very slowly, walk your hands back to center, walk your hands all the way to the left. Feeling that breath fanning down into the right rib and peeking under the left underarm. Chin moving toward the body. And then slowly walk the hands back to center. We're gonna drop the tail, walk your hands toward your ankles, and take your fingers back behind you. You're gonna squeeze your knees in, Uncross, cross your opposite shin on top, and then swing the arms forward and up. Inhale, reach up through the fingers. Exhale, belly in, hands are gonna come down, tented fingers or palms to the floor, and gradually fold, letting the chin soften towards your body. Breathing, breathing. And lifting the belly, gently walk the hands over to the left. And you can have your right hand on the ground. You can swing your left hand around onto your sacrum and inch the back of your left hand over toward your right hip. And you're looking toward the left hip crease. And you can make a gentle fist with your left hand. Good. And then we're gonna inhale, we're gonna exhale, slowly come to the other side, walking your hands over to the right and planting your left hand. And with that gentle fist in the right hand, slide the back of that right hand, swipe it left toward the hip, look toward your right hip crease. Femur bones are gathering into the body and the inner thighs are moving down toward the earth. Good. And slowly we're coming back to center. We're gonna take the fingertips back behind us, bring your pinkies to touch, squeeze your knees in, lift your heels and extend your legs out. Good. Flex your feet and just go ahead and plant your palms on the ground. Let your tail curl toward your face a little. Let your chin come down toward your body. Exhale out and then walk your hands toward your lower back. Take your tented fingers on outside edges of the hips. Let your toes flop out and start to open your knees out and up. Slide the feet together into Baddha Konasana. And then just kind of butterfly. Like a little kid in ballet class. It's butterfly the knees. Good. I remember doing this a lot in ballet, butterflying the knees, feeling the femur bones drawing into the body. Good. And then you can just let them kind of relax there. Take your hands in front of the ankles. We're gonna inhale to arch the upper back, open your eyes wide, look up, and then exhale, you're gonna draw the belly in. You can even hug your knees in a little bit towards your arms and round in on yourself. And we'll do that a couple times. Inhale, fan them open, lift your heart, look up. And then exhale, hug in. You squeeze your knees toward your arms. Inhale, arching, lengthening up through the heart, and then exhale, belly in. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, hugging in. Stamp your feet on the floor. Wrap your arms in front of your shins. You can fold your heels as close as you can towards your body. Curl yourself into a little seed. Hugging yourself in, you breathe again along the back ribs and the belly expands toward the tops of the thighs. Inhale, expand the belly, and then exhale, you're gonna let the knees fall to the right and walk your hands around onto your mat. Look over your right shoulder. Good. Feel that left hip rolling around towards your belly. Inhale, and then exhale back to center. You're gonna swing your knees all the way over to the left, walk your hands around. You can plant your hands on the ground if that feels okay, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale, coming back to center. Bring your feet on the ground, give them a nice press, and then cross either shin on top. You're gonna pull through into a tabletop position. You're gonna find our way into all fours. Good. So we're finding our way onto all fours and we're gonna have a softness in the elbows as you let the belly hang on the inhale, look up, and then exhale, we're gonna press back toward child's pose. Take your knees wide, big toes touch, and settle your heart and your forehead down toward the ground. Take a couple breaths there, heavying the hips back toward your heels. Balasana, child's pose. Feel the arms kind of gather up into the body, come up to tented fingers. Make your arms a little more active. Lift up your belly and start to walk your hands over to the right. Drop that left rib down, peek under the right underarm. Breathe from the left pinky all the way to the hip crease. We're bringing out through that right side. And then gently walk the hands back to center. Walk your hands over to the left. Breathing along that right side. Any tension or gripping in the hips you fill with the space of your breath. Good. And then coming back to center, we're gonna plant the palms and come forward, gliding the heart forward. You can let your hips drop a little and then lift the belly and push back. active child. And you can do that a couple times. Inhale, sliding forward. Exhale, pressing back, your own breath pace. Inhale, you feel this length on the side bodies from the baby toe all the way to the underarm. Then you exhale, feel that rounding of the spine. Pads of the fingers connect to the earth. Good. And then the next time that you glide your way forward, hug your elbows in slowly, drape your way onto the belly. You're going to come down onto the belly. Take your arms straight back and bring your palms onto the floor. And you can let your chin just be neutral. You're going to push through the top of your left foot, and you're going to inhale, lift your right foot, spread the toes, and exhale, lower and lay that right foot down. Push through the top of the right foot, inhale, float the left inner thigh skyward, and then exhale, lower down. One more time each side, inhale, lift right, exhale, lower, dragging the palms to the ground, inhale, lift left, exhale, lower. You're gonna zip your feet together, and as you inhale, root the pelvis, lift up toward locust pose. Neutral chin. Hip points rolling toward the earth. We're gonna inhale deep into the belly. Exhale, release, take your palms under the elbows, tuck your toes. You can keep your knees down. You're gonna press the arms straight, lift the belly. Slide the hips toward the heels, then lift your knees and fan the sitting bones up. And find a downward dog with knees bent. And you can pedal your feet. And you can let your head shake out a little bit. And this downward dog, can you access a little more gentleness, a softness in the joints of the elbows? Yep. The spreading of energy from the tops of the hands all the way up the sides of the arms toward the center of your back and up toward the sky. And we're going to raise the heels high, come onto tiptoes, and then you're going to walk your way forward all the way toward the top of your mat, however you get there. It may take many steps. Once you get to the top of your mat, your feet are going to be hip width distance. You're going to fold, hook your thumbs in your elbow creases. Let's dangle in ragdoll. We're going to sway a little bit side to side. So knees, again, bending as much as you need to start to melt the crown of the head down and melt the belly over the legs. Just kind of explore that, shifting side to side, the sway of the body. Coming back to the breath. And then we're rooting through the feet. On the inhale, drop the tail, stand up toward Tadasana, have the arms alongside the body. We're gonna have the knees a little bent. We're gonna inhale the arms up, reach on up, and then you're gonna exhale, release the arms down, and just gonna lean forward and reach the arms back. We're gonna do that a couple times. Inhale, arms are gonna reach up. Exhale, bend, and arms are gonna reach back toward the back wall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reaching back. Inhale, reaching up, interlace the fingers, push the palms up toward the sky. So get nice and long through the side waist. You're gonna sway a little bit side to side. Open up the side seams. Adjust my camera up here. Good. Feel the four corners of both feet rooting onto the floor. Good. Now, when you come over to the right, you're gonna release your right arm down, spin that left pinky in toward the midline. You're gonna slide the back of your right hand, make a light fist. Swipe the back of that hand toward the left hip. Look down toward your right foot. Breathing there. Good. And then as you inhale, you're going to swing both arms up, give a press. Exhale, reach the right arm up and over. Take the back of that left hand, swipe it around toward the right hip. Breathing there. Good. And then inhale, reach up to center, give the palms a press. Exhale, you're going to open, swan dive down, crown of head last. Now we're going to move with the breath a couple times. Inhale, you're going to reach the arms forward and up. And then exhale, you're going to open to a swan dive, spilling forward and down. Twice more. Inhale. Good. And exhale, swan dive. Good. Instead of reverse swan dive, inhale the arms forward and up. Yeah. Nice and soft on the shoulders. And then exhale, fold. Now stay in the fold for a moment. Bend your knees quite a bit. And take a few steps to get back to downward dog. It might take more than a few, or maybe you come to tabletop first. From downward dog, we're gonna very lightly come toward a plank. Bring your knees down, take your feet flat, and exhale your way to child's pose. Good, so we're gonna take this gentle sequence. On the inhale, we're drifting the heart forward, and we're gonna exhale all the way onto the belly. And then on the inhale, root through the tops of the feet, lift the heart, cobra, and lower your heart, tuck your toes. You can come back toward active child's pose, or if you wanna lift the knees and find downward dog again, your choice. So one more time, we're gonna come forward to plank, bring your knees down, and then come back toward child's pose, hips to heels. Inhale, lift the belly, wave forward through the heart. Exhale, lower all the way down onto the belly. Take the feet flat, inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower your heart, tuck your toes. Press back to active child's together. We'll come back with the toes tucked. And then you're gonna walk your hands toward your knees. Stand up on your knees. Stand up on your knees. Reach the arms forward. You're gonna swing that right arm back. Swim it back. You can take your right hand to the left heel, or you can take your right hand onto your lower back. We're gonna inhale, and then we're gonna exhale. Come to center, take both hands on your lower back. Inhale your right arm up, look to the left. You can keep your left hand on your back, you can touch that left heel. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Give the palms a nice press, drop your elbows. Use your thumbs to lift your sternum. You take a little Ustrasana, a little cobra pose, or rather camel pose. Camel pose. When you inhale, lift the sternum into the thumbs, and then exhale, you're gonna release. Gather the belly, release your hands into tabletop. Extend your right leg straight back. And then you're gonna swing your right toes over to the left. Good. And then you're gonna swing your right toes over to the right and bring your right knee to your upper right arm. Let's do that a couple times. Swing that right leg over, toes tucked, and then lift and squeeze it into your upper arm. Inhale, swing it over, toes tucked. Exhale, squeeze it in, little frog leg, fire hydrant leg. Good, and then swing it over, toes tucked. And tented fingers, you're gonna hoist your right foot in between your hands. You're gonna inch your left knee back a little. You can walk your hands onto your right thigh. Find place to stay. Just find your bearings. Slide the back of your right hand around onto your left hip. Reach your left arm up, look over your right shoulder. Engage through that left gluteal. We're gonna inhale, exhale, release your left hand onto the floor. Bring your nose toward your right knee. The left hip point's rolling toward the earth. You're gonna exhale out. And then you're gonna release your right hand onto the floor. Lift the back thigh. You're gonna inch your left foot forward toward the top of your mat. So now we're at the top of the mat. We're gonna bend our knees, slowly slide the arms forward and up. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna bend, belly in, swing the arms back, look down. 2 more times, inhale. Reaching up, exhale, swinging forward. Very good, inhale, reaching up. And exhale, you're gonna swing forward, and this time let your arms swing around behind you, and you can either rest your hands on your lower back, or you can interlace the fingers. Let the arms peel away from the back, any degree. If that's too much on the shoulders, feel free to bring your hands to the floor or your blocks if you need. Let it out your mouth with a sigh. Let out the exhale. Very good. Good, so we're gonna then drop the tail, go ahead and stand on up, reach the arms overhead, interlace the non-habitual finger, push the palms up, and we're gonna inhale to lift the heels, tiptoes. Exhale, we're gonna lower the heels, bend the knees, press forward and away from the heart. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, you can lift up on tiptoes. Exhale, bend, belly in, press away. Good, 1 more time. Inhale, lift tiptoes. Exhale, bend quite a bit. Hands are gonna come down to the floor or blocks, and you're gonna step your way back to downward dog. You can always come through tabletop pose. Let your head go. You can exhale out a sigh. Good. Come forward to bring your knees down. It's a modified plank. We're going to come all the way onto the belly. Let's pause here on the belly. Take your feet flat. Flip your palms to the ground. Root through the pelvis. Drag your palms toward your shoulders to lift your heart and lift your heels. Spread the toes. Reach those arms straight back. Press through the palms. The inner thighs are rolling toward the earth. We're going to inhale into the belly. And then exhale, we're going to release down. Slip those palms under your elbows. Tuck your toes. Come back toward child's pose. Hips toward heels. Good. And then we're going to come to a tabletop. Extend your left leg straight back. So we're going to do that fun sequence again, where you bring the left toes over to the right, and then you swing the left heel up. You do that fire hydrant leg, left knee toward upper arm. Good, and then you swing the left toes around, tuck to look over your right shoulder, and then inhale, squeeze. And then swing the left toes around, and then go ahead and squeeze. I think I added an extra one in, that's okay. We're gonna swing around. Now, as you bring it back to center, tented fingers, you're gonna hoist that left foot between the hands, and we're gonna inch the right knee back. You could always put a padding under that right knee if your knee is tender. Hands are gonna come to that left thigh. So you can work here, just find your bearings. There's no hurry. You can swing the back of your left hand around. A little fist, swipe it right. Reach your right arm up, look over to the left. Smile. Inhale. Exhale, plant your right hand down to the floor, and you feel it nice kind of ringing out through that left side. You're gonna drop your nose toward your left knee. Let the left hip point roll toward the earth. Exhaling out. And then release your left hand down, lift the hips. You're gonna slide the left leg back. Take the big toes to touch, feet are flat. Stack your forearms. Rest your brow line on the stacked forearms. And just relax there a couple breaths in that wide-legged child's pose. You bring the space of the breath deep into the belly and the back. We find a very tender, very gentle thought process in your mind toward your body. Good. Let the mind, let the brain relax into the front of the forehead. Good, and then very, very slowly, we're gonna come back up into a tabletop position. Take the palms just a little wider apart. Flip your fingertips out toward the outer edges of the mat. And then flip your fingertips to point toward your knees, only if that feels available. If that doesn't feel available, you can keep them pointing toward the outer edges of the mat. And then just rock forward and back a little bit. And you can rock to the side and make a little bit of a circle. Just see how that feels to massage a little bit in the wrists and in the forearms with that nice softness in the elbows. Good. And then you're gonna walk your knees forward a little bit and start to sit back just a little. Peel the hands off the ground. Tuck your toes under. Slowly, like you're peeling your hands off of fly paper. And then we're gonna come to sit on the heels. You can reach down and peel the big toes, the pinky toes out from underneath. And then you're gonna reach forward, palms forward, hook the thumbs, traction the thumbs into each other, fan the fingers. Inhale, look up at the hands. And then exhale, release to a cactus. Belly is contained. We're gonna come forward, untuck, tap your feet. Good. And then bring the big toes to touch. Take your left hand under your face a little bit forward, and right arm's gonna come to the right. You can do a cactus. Inhale, and then you can exhale, reach under and wrap your hand around the left rib and do a hug. We'll do that a couple of times. We're gonna inhale, open, just do a cactus. And then exhale, reach under for a little hug. Good, inhale, open. Exhale for the hug. One more time, inhale, open. Then exhale, this time you're gonna reach under and lay from the back of your right hand to the edge of the shoulder. And you can rest your right temple down to the floor or a block. And your left hand can rest on top of your right hand or on the floor. Or you can go ahead and swing that left hand around and swipe it right toward the hip crease. Yeah. And we'll take a few breaths in that twist. The inhale fills the belly, the ribs, the chest. And the exhale empties out chest, ribs, belly. Forehead, eyebrows, and jaw relax. And then very, very slowly, with the heaviness of the tail, you start to release your left hand back to the ground. Slowly, we're gonna unwind and we're gonna reach the right arm forward, thumb up. We're gonna hover that left knee off the ground for a second. Inhale, and then exhale, release. We're gonna take the right hand underneath the face, a little bit forward, and then left arm cactus. Exhale, reach under, wrap the hand toward your right rib. And you can look to the right. Inhale, looking left. Exhale, reach under for the hug. Inhale one more time. And then exhale, let's go ahead and reach under and lay from the back of that hand to the edge of the shoulder. You can rest your left temple down to the floor or a block, and your right hand can be where it was on the other side. It's doing whatever you did on the other side with that right hand. Let your awareness pass down through the body. From the crown of the head, all the way down through the toes and the fingers. Remembering your intention for practice today. Any offerings of light, of healing out to anyone or anything that needs it. So when you're ready, very slowly, you can release your right hand down, and you're gonna slowly unwind that left arm out, and you're gonna reach your left arm forward, thumb up. And then you're gonna hover your right knee off the ground for a second, feel that right femur gather up, it's a little challenge. Inhale, exhale, release. And then you're gonna walk your knees forward. You're gonna swing the ankles underneath in either direction and come on to sit. And take your fingers behind you, take your feet forward, feet are on the ground, windshield wiper. It's really organically, right to left, massaging out the hips. And when the knees go all the way over to the right, take your left arm up alongside the ear, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly swing around back to center. Let your knees go over to the left. Swing your right arm up alongside the ear. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Open your knees. Slide your heels away from your midline quite a bit so you make a nice wide diamond shape. You're gonna inhale to reach up, create a little arch through the spine, and then exhale, slowly release into your fold. And we're gonna stay in that forward fold. 2 to 3 smooth rounds of breath. Take a body scan. Good. From here, slowly dropping the tail, we'll start to sit up nice and tall. We're gonna slide the legs out, We're gonna step the right foot on the ground. And then you're gonna turn to the right, wrap your left arm around that right thigh, take your right fingers back behind you, look over your right shoulder. The right sitting bone is dropping down to the earth. Inhale into the belly, and exhale, we come back to center, and you can take your right arm to the inside of the knee, and your right hand can be on the ground or on your left shin, left fingers behind you, look over your left shoulder, and you can squeeze your right knee into your upper arm. Inhale and exhale back to center. Lift your right foot, extend your right leg out, slide your left heel in. You can drag that left sitting bone back. You can wrap your right arm around the left leg. Take your left fingers behind, Marichasana. It's a seated spinal twist. Let's go ahead and flex that right foot. Yep. Take an inhale and exhale. We're gonna face the front of your mat. Take your left arm to the inside for the counter twist. Left fingers on the floor or on your right shin. Right fingers back behind. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Take your hands behind you. Lift your left leg, extend it out. Walk your hands back. Wag your toes in and out, in and out, in and out. And then you can start to lower down, slide your arms down alongside the body, make your way onto your back. Rest on the back for a couple of moments. Notice, is one hip dropping lower than the other? Scan your body from your toes up to your crown of your head. Make any little minor adjustments so you feel just real supported by the floor. And we're gonna take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Good. Let the arms slide open to a T. Bring your soles of feet together, the knees splay open. Yeah. Just for a moment, we'll feel that gathering of the femurs into the body, the natural lower back curve, the restful wingspan of the upper body. And then we're gonna squeeze the knees in toward each other, step the feet on the floor, heel toe the feet, mat width distance apart. Let the knees knock in to touch. Gently turn your palms to face down. Feel the palms press. Let the knees fall to the right and look to the left. Glide the knees back to center. And let them fall to the left. Look to the right. Do that a few times, just in your own pace. As knees go to one side, face looks to the opposite. As knees go to the other, face looks to the other, and back and forth a couple times. Good. Really wringing out through the back, the hips. And when knees go to the right and you look to the other side, take a pause. And you can either keep the palms down or you can turn the palms to face up. It's whatever feels best for you. Stay and linger there. Is there anywhere in the body that can soften a little more? Gently glide the knees back to center and let the knees fall over to the left and face to the right and hold there. Lingering there. And a light in the center of the brows, and a light in the center of the throat, the center of the heart, the center of the ribs, the belly. A lot of space in the soft palate of the mouth. And then we're gonna glide the knees back to center, bring the feet onto the floor, gather the knees in toward your body, give a squeeze. We're gonna make our way toward a full happy baby pose again, elbows on insides of knees, hands around the ankles or the feet, soles of feet face the sky, shoulders drop to the earth, gently rocking side to side. Not a lot of light and space in the depth of the hip creases, the V of the hip creases, moving toward the pubic bones. Pubic bones move toward the tailbone. Good. Very good. And then let's go ahead and gently release your feet. Bring your knees in. You're going to slip your hands in your right knee crease or the front of the shin and glide that left leg out along the ground. Paramukkhasana. Lower back release. You hug the right side towards you gently. And then release your right foot onto the ground and draw the left knee in toward the body. Hands in knee crease or the front shin. Let your right leg extend out. Give that left leg a little squeeze. And then release your left foot to the floor and let the left leg slide out. Reach both arms overhead. Take a big full inhale breath. And you can hook opposite thumbs and take that butterfly mudra where you spread the pinkies away from each other. We inhale, fan along the sides from your pinkies all the way to the outer edges of the feet. And we inhale, and then we're going to exhale, release everything down and find a restorative shavasana for today. So you're going to feel free to take any final movements that you need to. Otherwise, it's time to really relax on the back body. Clothing, socks, blankets are welcome. Always invited to make your way into shavasana in your own time, pace. It's a very essential pose for restoration, for replenishing the internal wells, and to be receptive. Let the tension of the brain soften the mind, spacious. The thigh bones resting down toward the earth. It's possible to let go and relax a little bit more. Happiness exists perennially within you. It is your normal state. You do not have to seek it. Tuning into the breath, tuning into the natural state inside of contentment and ease. Deepening your breath, your connection to prana, the life force in you and around you. Inhale, bringing vitality and healing. And exhale, letting go, making space. Start to bring your awareness out into the fingers and toes, wiggling gently, waking up sensation, and eventually stretching the arms overhead. You can find a reset, hitting the reset button. And you take your time to gradually roll over onto either side that feels natural this morning, and pause there to remember your intention for practice today. Cultivating that sense of gentle tenderness toward yourself from within. And when you're ready in your own time, using your hands to gradually press your way up, we're going to meet together again, finding a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands together in front of the heart. The thumbs connect to the body falls into the thumbs. And we're going to honor each other and this practice and all of our intentions through the connecting chant of a single Om on the exhale. Om. My light honors your light, and I wish you a beautiful day. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today. Really nice to be here, subbing for Kelly, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks, Iona and Kelly. Nice to have you. I don't normally have you, Iona. Nice to see you. Kelly, I hope you enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Thank you. Great class. Great class. Wonderful sequencing. Thank you.
Good. Thank you for you. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.